Hey, how's it going everyone? I'm DCHG81 and welcome back for another preview comparison. And this time around, why do I call it preview is because one of the item has not been released yet. As you guys know it, Mafex has announced another Black Panther version 1.5, and unfortunately I do not have the version 1 to compare with, so I'll use the pre-order pictures to have a rough idea on how it compares between the two. So let's start the comparison by taking a look at this picture. You can see on my left is actually the old versions, and on my right is of course the newer ones. On this brief overall look, you can see that it almost looks very identical in terms of the body mold. I would not be surprised if they are the same body, just a different paints, maybe better paints and things like that. And even from some of these action poses, you can still see the gap right below his chest that many people have complaints that the gap is slightly big. So in the newer version, you can see the gap as well. So as we know, the new ones and the old ones do comes with 3 interchangeable heads. Let's take a look at one by one. So we'll take a look at the normal mask head. Yeah, it looks rather similar, except for the paints on the newer one might looks a little bit better. And as for the one with the eyes review, I can say that the older one seems to have better views on the eyeballs, but the newer ones do have more expressions to it. So as for the unmasked head, you can see it's basically the same head, just the newer one have a better paints on it. It's like you're sending the old ones to a customizer who repaint it for you. That's what you get on the 1.5. When it comes to the accessory, of course, the newer one will have more with another longer spear that the old one doesn't give. And of course, it does comes with these beautiful thrones as well. And as you might guess it, for the price, the older one actually comes out in 2019, which is 4 years ago. So it costs around 7,800 yen. And the newer one, as you can see right now, is about 12,000. Okay, so due to the inflation and also the additions of the throne, do you think the additional 5k yen is worth it? To me, even if without the throne, I would think that this figure alone will cost around 9 to 10k. That's almost the usual price of a Mafex now. So adding 2 more k yen for the throne, I think is about pretty much worth it. But to some of you guys and even myself, I don't really need the throne actually. So I was hoping that Mafex will at least give us an option whether to buy with the throne or just the figure alone. That will be more flexible for us collectors. So in my opinions, well, if you already have the first one and you don't really want the throne as it's space consuming, you can really skip this new one. But if you don't have it like myself, yeah, I think I might want to get my hands on it. But the throne is kind of like making me on the edge whether I should really spend extra for the throne that I have no place to display with. So there you go, just a very brief comparison between that two. As for the figure itself, it looks almost identical, just with a little bit more accessory for the 1.5 and also the throne. Yeah, that's about it. So I do hope that you enjoyed this comparison, and I do hope that it helps you to make up your mind whether you should grab this 1.5, and I'll catch you guys again in my next video.